Welcome to another video. I'm so happy to be back and talking about space because I know many of you out there are holding the stock and are totally perplexed. What is this paradox that, they having the test flights which are successful, no further delays. Richard Branson flew into space and even first before Jeff Hu, and still the stock is selling off. And there is, in my personal opinion, always the overall picture to be looked at, okay? If you're looking on the stock market and on the specific company stocks, I would assume that 90 to 95% of the stock value is dependent on the company itself. Okay, if the company is doing great, the stock goes higher and higher and higher. At some point it will be a little bit overbought, at some point it will be a little bit oversold. This is the normal scenarios on the stock market. Okay, but currently you are seeing that the market is a little bit scared because of something very specific, and this is where I dive first in. Okay, so here's the COVID cases, and as you know, it's mainly because of the new variant, the Delta variant. And there is something actually happening here that is pretty good, okay? So in UK, which was one of the first countries that, fought against this new strain, is now a little bit, if you're going and zooming on in here, is, declining, okay? The same we are actually seeing in Holland as well, in the Netherlands. So I believe that we are now over the peak in the first countries that had it, which means that this is good. I mean, we haven't fought now COVID till the end, okay? There's still a lot to go, but this is pressuring the markets. This is, one of the reasons why the companies are a little bit scared to give new guidance because they don't know what will happen. How is the economy? Is it really recovering? And so on and so forth. But this is good, okay? This is really good. If you are looking then into the overall picture, this is here pre-market yesterday because I pre-recorded this video, but you can see here that Virgin Galactic actually is still not that much positive as of now, but I feel that this always takes a little bit of time, okay? First we will see the recovery of the curve of the Delta variants, then you will see that maybe the 10-year bond will a little bit raise, then the overall situation with the Q2 earnings will say, we had great quarters, we're seeing development, demand, and so on. So all of this will maybe lead that we are picking up, and then I see space maybe somewhere back at 45, 50 levels. And then it's really, really important what the company delivers. Again, 95% in my personal opinion is because what the company delivers, not what the overall market does, okay? But if you have a financial crisis or another crisis like we had back in March 2020, then you see also great companies are going down, okay? It doesn't matter what's happening. If the overall market is weak or is concerned about something, the stocks will go down, and there's no other explanation why the stock is going down. Obviously, there's a little bit of, profit selling because the event was such a big thought after, right? But if the company is fully delivered, there's no way we are standing at those levels, and that's why I personally buying more shares as I go, as I can, wherever I can. I buy only space currently because I think it's undervalued, okay? But if you're looking into the chart itself, I don't want to go into the overall chart, but you can see here that we are still in the overall upwards tendency, okay? The stock is going further up, and so basically you see here that there's one negative point about the chart which I will dive in directly after we talked about today's sponsor of this video. Let's go to Delta Exchange. We all know that the crypto markets are very volatile, okay? It can be very, very stressful for your mind, but it could be also very profitable for your trading. If you trade nicely in a very volatile market, you can actually make a nice piece of wealth for yourself. But there is one catch. Obviously, it's very, very difficult to always know what the technical factors that are, by today, like thousands and thousands of factors play a role by trading, okay? So there's actually a company called Delta Exchange that has an algorithm, okay? Has a robot trading that will ease your trading with crypto. And with that said, let's dive further in, and don't forget, the link is always into the description for all the necessary information. So they have an exciting product called robot trading, and as the name already suggests, is a fully automated trading of crypto, which means that you are just deposit US dollar token and they will do the rest with their algorithm, with their robots in the back. This project is backed by some of the greatest crypto investors as well. So if you are thinking to automate your trading, this is worth checking out. So if you are really interested, then keep in mind that this company also advertised with up to 21% respectively weekly profits and gains. This is very good. So if you want to check it out, they're giving you even a crazy deposit of bonus up to $2,500 if you decide to try it out, and there's even more. You can even share your trading wins with just one click with the community or your friends. So summarized, this is a fully automated trading service for you. You get a $2,500 deposit bonus if you deposit your US dollar token with them. And in the end of the day, there is a very interesting platform behind with great minds. There's no performance fee, there's no management fee. So check it out if this is something for you. And with that said, let's go back to the vlog. I talked about this in a couple of videos, and as you can see here, the blue graph is the Virgin Galactic stock and the purple graph is actually the 50 moving average. And I said it's very important that we are not going below the 50 moving average, okay? And as you can see here, as of this recording, we are a little bit lower, just a little bit lower than the 50 moving average. That's why I think the stock lost quite a big percentage point on Friday, because we crossed that. And then, there's like, algorithms triggered. There is traders that are triggered. There is, just a lot of people seeing, okay, this is not a good sign. This is actually a bearish sign if a stock goes below the 50 moving average. And that's why I think there was the sell off on Friday. But still, it's not a big deal as of yet. Yes, it's a bearish sign, but it's not that of a critical point. It could be recovered, as I said, with all the good news that are coming. So I feel that we are over the hill almost of the negative news, okay? The Delta variants, thoughts about the lockdowns, restrictions and so on. But it seems like the curve is done. And if this is done, we have a really good plateau to go to higher places, because this happened already a couple of times, okay? And the last time it happened back in March, where we crossed, and then there was a lot of delays. So this was here somewhere, here you saw, and then we got into a really bad news cycle with the delays, with movement of the date for 3 months and the EMI problems and everything. But then we had like a huge recovery. So I think with some really pretty good news about the Q2, which will come out, which I will talk in a separate video because there's so much more to talk about the Q2. I feel that this is not that bad as of this moment, okay? So with that said, I would love to talk about one more thing. So in our Discord chat, where we talk basically 24 hours with people around the world about space, I always share my opinion on things or post something prior to this video. So if you want to get in, there's two ways. Either you click the join button below all the videos and then you have a monthly membership, or you purchase the X10 Masterclass with 150 additional videos that was never released on YouTube, and then you will have lifetime access to the Discord. And as of this moment, we have 35% off, okay? 35% off with the code SPACE35. So make sure to get yours and become a better investor, okay? In the Discord, we looked into the experience because there's a lot of, talks, which is better, okay? Virgin Galactic with its space plane, or let's say Blue Origin with its Jeff Who capsule, okay? And there is a lot of discussions. Here you can see there is kind of discussions in our Discord if it's a little bit dangerous. So here you can see that the other guy, the young guy, I think his name was Oliver, was almost kicking Wally, the older astronaut, in the face while making some, let's say, moves around. And it's rather a very compact space because the space plane or the spaceship by Virgin Galactic is obviously more horizontal, so everyone has like its own 2 by 2 meters. Here it's more like, okay, they are floating in a square type of environment, so they cannot move that way that nicely and so on. So anyway, this was one point. Then you can see how dark it is inside the cabin versus how light it is in the Virgin Galactic cabin, okay? Here you can see that the experience is a little bit lighter, but I think that has also something to do with camera exposure. I know a little bit about cameras, and here you can see actually that the camera is a little bit more exposed as well. Just to be fair, I want to be very neutral if I'm analyzing. I cannot be, as an investor, very biased. I need to understand what is the better experience, okay? Obviously, I would love to go, but here you can see how much space they have, okay? So the people can float around their seat, they can go into the middle, they can go behind the seat, they can go behind the seat on the left side, they have the big mirror to see, make some pictures. They have everywhere windows, so they don't have to go somewhere to see. They have different kind of views, and though you have smaller windows, you have much more windows, okay? This is the point for Virgin Galactic, and I think it's actually the better experience, but this is something obviously to be judged by some people that were on this flight, okay? But here you have something else. So I actually did some math. I looked into the approximately size of the Blue Origin cabin and also about the cabin size of Virgin Galactic Spaceship 2. So it came to the point that the Blue Origin cabin is about 4 times 3.66 meters. So you have around 14.64 square meters for movements, deducting the, maybe they have some kind of space inside the cabin for the thrusters, for the air when they land, right? So you have to deduct that. Then you have to deduct maybe some other things that it's impossible for me. Then you have also to deduct actually the shape because it's in the top a little bit more narrow. So all of that I couldn't really detailed measure it. So maybe it's also just 12 square meters inside the space, deducting the seats and so on and so forth. But for the cabin crew for the Virgin Galactic Spaceship 2, it was actually mentioned in the Wikipedia, so it should be accurate from some informations out there, okay, with some sources. So the cabin is about 2.3 times 3.7 meters, and while this seems to be very, very almost, like less than 40%, you still have the shape, okay? So you have to imagine like a tube actually, and the tube is separated in like 4 sections, okay? And you can actually be in your section, make your, let's say, kind of maneuvers, and it's like 2 by 2 meters. So you have enough space to be you can basically be straight and make some movements, okay? So I think this is something interesting to know, that this might be the better experience, okay? And I think that now it doesn't matter which is the better experience, because it will matter which is the better experience when there will be enough supply. Now it's like the demand is like, 20x what they can deliver. So people basically have no choice and have to pay the $1 million ticket price or whatever it will be. But for the future, when Virgin Galactic in a couple of years will have like 10 spaceships and spaceports, and the people, and maybe another company will pop up and SpaceX will offer something similar, and then you will have, a kind of more comparison. I think it's way too early to discover and discuss these things, because it doesn't matter for the next 2 years or even longer. But at one point it will be very important, and just be aware that Virgin Galactic has a really great experience. Okay, I think they did something very great to bring also great people like Michael Koglaser, or the other guy from Disney who's like a consultant. So I think they really put lots and lots of effort into the experience itself. They have the beautiful spaceport and so on. So I think, without being biased, this point goes to Virgin Galactic. And with that said, let me know in the comments below what you think is happening in the competition between those two companies. I'm super interested, and make sure to subscribe, ring the bell for everyday videos. Make sure to follow me on Instagram as well, because I'm reading every single comment, every single message on Instagram. I'm able to reply real quick. I'm replying to try to reply to as many comments on YouTube as well. So let me know your opinion. It's very, very important for me to extend my investing horizon.